Hello and welcome to another visual novel series on this channel. Welcome back to a visual novel. If you're new here, I don't have a litigious history of doing visual novels, but I'm on my channel at least. But I have relative visual novel experience. I want to do like a primer for the kind of people, because this is the first episode. So, you know, if you're doing the first episode of a visual novel playthrough, you kind of want to set the tone at least for some. So this is streamed on Twitch, twitch.tv/backpackbrain. Should be in the description if you want to see me live. Most of my content usually is visual novels, but if you're seeing this and I haven't finished the game yet, I'm 100% on visual novels pretty much all the time. But a lot of the ones that I want to play are not really conducive to streaming on Twitch. There's no shot I'm gonna be playing like, you know. I bought Muramasa on Just not too long ago. I'm not gonna play that on the stream, obviously. I want to be jacking off. That's not a joke. But does Twitch? Is Twitch okay? Bro, immediately I get people trying to... The insta ban on Maria James 12. These random first name, random last name bot accounts getting real creative. Anyway, as you can see, it is live. What is my visual novel and my science adventures history, right? So I'll give you the lowdown on everything, and just so you know where I stand, broadly speaking, because I think my problem with a lot of visual novel playthroughs is that people don't have that much. Either they're just reading it. I think I will probably read most non-voiced lines. Maybe not all, depending on how repetitive it is and how engaged I am. But I will pretty much... once I start it, I'm not going to drop it. That much I can promise you, unless it's atrocious. And I don't think any of the science adventure games, while some may be better than others, none of them are really going to be bad enough for me to drop them. So that's my level. But, you know, I'm not going to pretend to be enthusiastic. I want to talk about like the opinions and my thoughts and stuff. I don't want to just... Because if you wanted somebody to just play it and read every line, you could play it yourself, you know. It's not... And there's also probably every single visual novel that can be uploaded on YouTube, somebody has uploaded like a complete playthrough, which I think at that point I would sort of go just buy the game yourself, but, you know, whatever. Or I'm going to put air quotes, buy the game yourself, you know, that's... We condone it in some sense. Like I've been catching up on my purchasing of visual novels so that I can own the ones that I've played in the past. Asterisk ? In Minecraft. What have I played? And this is a long intro for a video, but this is the first in the episode. In the playlist, this is gonna be at the top, right? I want to make sure people know what they're doing here. In terms of visual novels, I've got it all in one folder for the most part, so I can sort of tell you what I've played. I think the first visual novels I played was like all of Nekopara Freaky Mode. That was a great time. To this day, some of the best sex scenes in visual novels for sure. And it's just fun to, what do you call it? To look at them go. What can I say? What else have I played? I've played Katawa Shoujo, obviously. I've played Fate's Day Night, and what do you call it? I think I'm working my way through. I think I started Hollow Ataraxia and then gave up and I lost it or something. But I literally don't remember anything about it, so I won't be playing that. Probably not on stream, if I had to guess, because I don't see it. I'm not gonna be buying the remakes unless they go on discount in like 5 years, just to pay back because I've already played the base games, which I think everybody had to acquire through alternative means unless you flew to Japan or bought a $500 sealed box set of the game 20 years ago, which I don't think anyone did. Clannad, Rewrite Little Busters, Peak Key. I'm also sort of... I've got Air in the backlog as well. Daitoshagan no Hitsuchikai, I forget the English title of that one, but I'm technically not finished on that, because that one's a weird one. I'm on another tangent, but you're gonna get used to this. That visual novel, I love it. Like, it's kind of slapstick slice of life and romance. I'm a big fan of what do you call it? Romance. I'm a big fan of, you know, I'm on a mission to stop calling myself a weeb and start truly embracing the otaku within me in some sense. But I'm also washed out on my Japanese learning because I'm at the point where you just have to rote learn kanji in your brain, and my attention span work ethic is not really, like, it's never been worse. Maybe it's probably been worse, but it's certainly not at any relative peak. What else? Let me just read this. Kanon's also my backlog, as is Higurashi. But that's what I have, right? Majikoi, very funny, very great. I loved it. I'll play S at some point. I have it. I just haven't played it. Muv-Luv and I guess Alternative, the three, the three main ones. Great. Maybe my favorite of all time. Just peak in every way, shape, or form. Shout out Tama, Miki, which I forget which is the first, which is the last, because they, that's my fault. But yeah, Tamase is the last name because he is also Tama, I remember, the UN secretary / father / archer, if you want to call it that way. Funny story, I downloaded Sakura no Uta because I used to, my original plans were like, I literally went to VNDB, sorted by top rating, and clicked on the top rating ones to see which one seemed interesting to me. There was a few I didn't check out, which later on I would end up checking out, because I was very, like, romance focused at the beginning. That I still love that, but I've been broadened my horizons, obviously. So I downloaded Sakura no Uta. I was like, where's the language option? Little did I know I'd wandered into maybe, like, the best visual novel of all time that doesn't have an official English patch, although they're working on one now. But I'm hoping that by the time it takes so long that I'll learn Japanese and play the original so that I can posture to other people, of course, as is what everyone does. But no, I genuinely want to do that, but that's, postponing it. Subahibi, I literally played it, like, that's one of my more recent ones, just so that I could get it out of the spoiler zone, because it's the one which everyone posts about, and so I was tired of seeing posts about it that I had to dodge for spoilers, so I just played it. Very good, in my opinion. But it's one of those things where, honestly, I'm surprised. People really oversell it. I think people, like, this is, again, what pisses me off about so many visual novel playthroughs online, is that I don't know how many people ended up playing visual novels without really, like, I don't know. It's like ordering a burger and being surprised that there's onions and meat in it. Like, I don't mean to posture, I'm not a... In the simplest terms, I would just not describe. I'm not a chud. It's a great word, because I think everyone understands it, and I'm not that. But then you look on, I look at my fellow, what I would describe as my ideological allies in many other ways, and then they're like, especially online, they don't know what they're doing, They're ostensibly anti-censorship until they find something they're uncomfortable with. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, like, if you're not a freak, why are you playing the visual novels? How did you end up here? I hate when I play a visual novel and then, like, some classic, degen shit shows up. Instead of going, yes, they just go like, yeah, that's awkward. They're like, they're backwalking. I'm like, bro, embrace it. What are you doing here? How did you end up here? Anyway, what else have I played before I finish this? Grisaya, 100% of the original. Great, I love it. Yuji's great. It's hard to pick a favorite girl, to be honest, out of those. I haven't technically finished the Labyrinth, and I'm certainly nowhere near touching the Eden. I think I washed out of it. But at one point I'll be bored enough to go back. Anyway, that's just a primer, so that you know what to expect. And you know whether to give up on a playthrough. Obviously no spoilers, but if you spoil that shit, I mean, you got nothing within you. Anyway, let's start 10 minutes into the video. Almost. Oh yeah, my Japanese level is enough to that, like, I get... and I do know Sonome Daronome, and another thing. Sorry to talk over you. Presumably Takumi, I know that name. My Japanese is like baby conversational level. Miruna.
雨の冷
So
た
you're
さ
gonna
や
get an earnest attempt at
背
understanding
中を
what I
預
hear?
けている瓦礫の冷たさのせいで、さっきから体の震えが止まらない。ひどく寒い。
My body's trembling.
突き刺さってくる誰のものかもわからない天
Sono
から
me.
の視
Say
線。
it. Say the line.
それから逃げるように僕はわずかに首を持ち上げ
Oh
て
yeah, and I'm playing, of course,
周囲
with
を
the
見回す。
translation, the COZ patch, as you know. Oh, and I've played Steins Gate
そこにあるのは
Steins Gate Zero, which is why I want to finish
崩壊
this
した街。
this
そこにあるのは
series, which I know is
絶
most
望。
like the connections are
そ
mostly
こ
just
にあるのは
in the universe and
死。
tangential, really.
そこにあるのは無。
M-
誰もいない。誰も動いていない。
So
誰も生きていない。聞こえるのはただ降り続ける雨の音だけ。このまま全てを、生きているものも死んでいるものも全てを優しく包み込んで洗い流してしまうんだろうか。全部の出来事が単なる妄想だったらよかったんだけど、
you gotta get less shameful about
ど
being
うやら
a,
そうでもないらしい。
just saying random Japanese shit. You're playing this.
体が動かない。
Anyway,
動かせるの
it's
はかろうじて
I recognize
首
it's
と
also
瞳だけ。
equally annoying to have
体が震えてい
somebody
るけ
not
ど、
constantly talking about
そんなのた
what
だの
they
生理
like
現象でしかない。
position. So
僕の意思じゃない。
rather than what they think, though. Well, I do want to
僕
talk
は
about
身を
what I
震
think.
わせたいなんて思ってない。僕の自由にならないなら、こんなの僕の体じゃない。あるいは、生まれた時から僕は自由なんかじゃなかったかもしれない。
There are debates on that.
心の保管してある場所なんて誰にもわからないん
There's
だ。
probably equally, if not way more debates on that.
一体誰がこの体の中に僕の心があるって言い切れるんだ。でも、
Damn.
だったら僕はどこにいたんだろう。僕はここにいるのかな。僕はどこにもいないのかな。すべてが静止している、壊れてしまった世界に
Why are the shoes different colors?
死の雨以外の音が響く。
She no ame.
無の中から浮かび上がってくるたった一つの言う。君は誰？その肌が
We
青
can't,
白
we
く
can't
見
see
え
her
るのは
skin yet. I
雨
presume
の
those
冷た
are
さ
like
に凍えているから。
stockings.
それとも君がもう死んでいるから。でも彼女は震えていなかった。
I assume that this is auto scrolling on purpose. Otherwise, I've clicked the button that I didn't intend.
その
Bangs?
瞳は
Do I know her? I've seen the characters in these, but I don't know anything about the
僕
plot
を
of
見
this.
るな。
Except what they show on the description, which is like
ひ
delusions
ど
decide the
く
story,
悲しそう
basically.
にも見える。狂気じみているようにも見える。何も映していないようにも見える。もしも
Moshimo.
世界には僕と彼女の二人だけしかいなくて、こうしてお互いだけを永遠に見つめ合っていたら、
That'd be pretty cool.
僕の世界は彼女の瞳に映るものだけに
We're
な
already
る
talking
の
about
かな。
overlapping worlds. I thought I finished
彼女の
Subehemi,
世界
bro.
は僕の瞳に映るも
The
のだけに
philosophy
なる
never
のかな。
ends. She practicing on my
彼
logic
女
right
の
now.
瞳に映るものは僕。僕の瞳に映るものは彼女。そう考えると、
I let the
世
voices
界は
finish
途
on
端に
this
矮小化する。
very important seeming. Oh, wait, maybe I don't even have a choice. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, bro?
不意に僕の耳に届くとても綺麗なノイズ。彼女はうなだれて両手を左右に広げる。まるであの雨雲の上へ向けて飛び立とうとするかのように。あるいはこの雨すべてを受け止めようとするかのように。
Oh, the audio cut out. It's an opening. Morsel mentioned. Oh, shit.
うなだれた彼女の表情は
I'm learning.
僕の
That's
力を
Hyojo. Yeah,
伺
yeah,
い
yeah.
知ることができない。
But she does have a. Isn't that from. Okay, never mind. It's more of a wing thing. It was the energy sword for a moment, I think. Not that I've played that much Halo ever.
君はどんな顔をしている？
殺してあげる。
She's gonna fucking kill me?
天使。乱舞する光の羽は 僕を祝福しているのか、それとも、ああ、
Uh,
そうか。理解したよ。
I'm already dead.
それで僕を殺してくれるんだね。ゆっくりと倒れている僕の前に彼女が膝をつく。いまだに彼女はうなだれたまま。僕の頭をそっと抱えてくる。僕を見てくれないことに僕はほっとしてただ身を委ねた。
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be one of those things that is much more valuable once you get to the end and you remember it, maybe.
でもよく聞こえない。暖かくて柔らかくて優しくて甘美な感触。
Mm-hmm.
それは麻酔のようで不思議なことに体の震え
I was
がゆっ
wondering,
くりと
Masui,
収
that
ま
is
っていく。
anesthetic.
彼女のかすかな鼻息が僕の頬をくすぐる。
I appreciate this. It's getting I'm refreshing my knowledge.
ふと
Amai.
胸に圧迫感を覚えた。彼女の持っていた大きな剣が
Oh, okay.
僕の胸の皮膚を裂き、
I thought we were getting lewd already, but no. Well, this can be lewd if you're into that, to
ゆ
be
っ
fair.
くりと体の中に沈み込んできて、
That's a thing, although I don't know if I'll be streaming anything like that.
彼女のキスという麻酔にかけられてもう痛みを感じない。こんなにも優しく殺してくれるから不意に切なくなって涙が溢れそうになって、
Is it gonna be one of those things where he just wakes up and she's telling him to get to school?
彼女の頭越しに雨を落と
Because
してい
they
る
are wearing school uniforms.
鈍色の空を見
Not
上
that
げ
that
た。
precludes anything else, you know.
空が滲んでいるのは雨のせい、涙のせい。
I was gonna say, is it my tears?
もうあの視線も感じない。
Maybe she was never there.
何もない薄れゆく意識の中で
So true.
僕は空へと手を伸ばす。
It is a
誰か
borderless full screen though, which is nice.
教えて。僕たちのあの空はどこへ行ったんだろ
That's how you said doko. You used the nani kanji. Oh shit, opening? Imagine if I can't read. that went a little quick on that one. I'm gonna level with you if you're my jokes making. Hopefully this doesn't get me struck. I'm gonna be making jokes, but I appreciate seriousness. But I do also think that on some level, oh shit, this is probably gonna spoil me on everything, knowing the visual novel and intro, so I'm gonna try and just like glance at it to get the vibes without really ruining anything for me. At channel mention, probably, if I had to guess, they're gonna do it the same way. Because I do know that this is in the same universe, as I mentioned earlier. I wonder how the root system actually works in this. I know there are multiple endings. Much like there are multiple endings in Steins Gate, which I think most people who, like... I wonder... Because I think one of my favorite ending in Steins Gate is still the first ending I got. Spoilers, I guess. But I don't know how many people would have... Oh, this is by the same person who sung Skyclad Observer. I recognize their voice. Or Hacking to the Gate, which I think also might be the same person, now that I think about it. It's a great song, but I think Skyclad Observer does clear. Sonemedara mentioned. They said the thing. Oh yes, and also Noah. This is technically like the not the remake, the remaster, the finishing. This because it was their first project. Eyes and Eyes. Are we gonna get... I couldn't see the gaze. Go to a parade, bro. That was just a low-hanging fruit joke. I'm not gonna make such basic jokes again. I'm going to. Can I click yet? I can. I couldn't see it even though it was watching me. It was strange. Fushigi. Sorry. I'm gonna keep apologizing for a joke I'm gonna repeat. You know, for as long as I could remember, sometimes I felt like I was being watched by some mysterious gaze. It's the Lord, bro. But whenever I tend to look, there was never anyone there. Still, I was convinced that someone was watching me. Can you see the FPS counter in the top left? You can't. I'm not bothered to disable it, though. It's kind of funny to see a vision of 60 FPS. I could tell by the chills that ran down my neck. Was I just being too self-conscious? Or did I just have a fear of being watched? I don't think that many people probably usually have a fear of being watched in like a abstract sense. Way back in elementary school, I thought of it differently. That gaze is God watching over me, and I genuinely believed it too. But now, okay, this text speed may be a bit too fast. I'd even written, when it's multiple lines, then it is a bit too fast, I think. But usually I don't think that'd be a big problem, especially considering I think it's better that way. I'd even written an essay about it back then. Oh shit, published? Chunibyo. I don't need to see the tip on that one, buddy. I know what that one means. In retrospect, I must have just had a bad case of Chunibyo, but now it hurt just thinking about it. Oh yeah, also I do prefer a patch to have like a, I think this translation probably a little bit more weeby, to put it in terms that I don't want to use that much. Because listen, if you're reading, this is another point of concern. I think there is merit to a localization reframing a like text in a different lens in order to make it make elements of it make sense a different way. I think there is an art to it, but like if people have a problem with translations such as including like honorifics and stuff. I'm just like, as long as if it's relevant at any point, which it probably will be, there's no reason not to include the honorifics, because like, what are we playing? If you're playing a translation of a Japanese visual novel, you're pretty deep in. I don't see at that point, like, why would you not want, like, the little bits and pieces? You know what I mean? I feel like that's what you're kind of there for. You might say, well, I just learn Japanese. I'm trying, bro. Trust me, I'm trying. If it was in Romaji, I would breeze through it, but let's not kid ourselves. If anyone would read it now, I'd probably shut myself away from society for the rest of my life. So true. I could still remember the title of that essay, Chaos Head Noah. That would be so... Oh, there we go. Nishijo Takumi, class 4-3. 4. Oh shit, they fucking first person camera at me? My chair groaned hoarsely as I leaned back. Oh, they actually, this is like, do I get to have my camera working? Was this a PSP game? 3D graphics type shit? Never let your guard down, you hear? My chair groaned hoarsely as I leaned back. So true. I muttered that toward the gloomy ceiling overhead, and naturally there was no response. This was my room. I lived here alone, aside from me, of course. There wasn't a single person here. I tried turning around, but my back broke. We're in a storage locker. Oh, that's what that looks like. Good to know. But I guess I may as well save at the very beginning, as I normally do. Okay, I like the no, do not close the game. Backspace. I forgot. It's Spike Chunsoft. They have the most esoteric binds of all time. Not really that esoteric, to be fair. It's internally consistent most of the time. The room was dim and cluttered with various belongings stacked all the way to the ceiling. It's not that cluttered, to be honest. Although the cans on the floor, that's one thing I will never like. I guess once it's you have to like pass. There's a barrier. It's like a hurdle to pass on messiness that I haven't reached yet. You know. Like there's a level of messiness that you do have to reach. Oh yeah, I forgot to post this in my Discord. Where is my shit? There we go. There is my shit. Sorry. The YouTube video. Let's just continue. Various belongings. We get it. Oh shit. Jay, show me those figurines. Well, those aren't figurines. Some of those are acrylics, actually. The only source of light in the room was the desk lamp near my PC. And the PC, of course. Is that what? Is that like a Pocky or is it like a cigarette? The CD is just lying around. It's crazy. The snacks, I get it, but that's the Pocky. It's fucking chocky right there, bro. Come on, don't be stupid. Is that a reference to what's the name? Dokoro-chan? Excalibur? I haven't seen it, but the opening is stuck in my head since I just keep listening to it. The one that he went there, so the darkness should come is no surprise. Pote. Since you could see outside, you couldn't even tell whether it was night or day. So true. Me when I speak into the dark
僕の
corners
名
of my
前は
room.
西条匠17歳水明学園2年と言っても学校にはほとんど行ってないけど
He's talking as if someone's listening, but the thing is, someone is listening. Could you pan over? Is it Q? Is it space?
まあそれでも勉強はで定期テストはちゃんと受けてる
I missed a few.
Hold on.
Sorry, because I'm trying to find the key that I'm sure I can check it in the settings. So,
それなりに上位の点数を取ってるからね
okay, boy genius or whatever. No, I keep pressing. No, do not exit the damn game. How do you right click? Right click. Help. What's the button to remove the... yeah, hide text is backspace. Okay, every visual novel, new button, of course. Okay. The delusion triggers, Z or C. Interesting that that's the... I assume you can probably press it, like, most of these you can just click. No, man. Okay, backspace. Backspace on the mind. That's the button. That's the button of the day. It's the safe button.
頭はいいんだ
Okay. Me too. It wasn't like Mazel was gonna accomplish anything. Would accomplish anything. It wasn't like anyone was gonna show up out of nowhere. Turn around, bro. The darkness just kept on sitting there and being darkness. Still, darkness was delusion fuel. My goon cave. After all, the unseen might as well be the unknown. Has he got tissues on his table? In the darkness, even if you knew it was impossible, you couldn't help but wonder if something might be there lurking in the shadows. Damn it, this wasn't helping. I was only making my own creepy delusions worse. Why did I do this to myself? Well, it's because you like it, bro. This is a great outfit, by the way. I don't know what is this latex? If it is, it may be latex, but you know. I like the boob window into latex is very nice. To get off the topic, I just have to
僕
keep
は現在
monologuing.
アウェイじゃなかった渋谷で一人暮らしをしてる
Genzai away. So he says. Are we gonna describe Shibuya?
この紅会館ビルは父さんの経営するビル会社の管理下にあるんだけど
Okay. So he lives in... Does he live there?
その屋上に設置されたコンテナハウスを格安で
Oh,
借りて
that
る
was a very abrupt cut. Okay, well, it seems like... Okay, apart from the fact that this would be destroyed by one incident of rain, it's got everything the man needs. It's got a washing machine, which I don't imagine he's using that much. All you need is like a shelter and like the zip up, like... You know what I mean? Like the plastic indoor-outdoor tent. You need a tent. You just need a big tent, and then you're fine, you know.
街の環境は最悪僕が住んでる新船町は小さな坂が多いから疲れるしすぐ近くにラブホ街もあるし
What's wrong with the Love Hotel, bro? Seems pretty good to me.
ここが秋葉なら最高だったのに
Well, I think nowadays is like it's more you gotta really look for the good stuff in there, and it's, the main parts has gone like they've touristified, which is inevitable. Japan Tour 2008.
ほんと渋谷ってひどい街だ円数で言うとディーンズバレーくらいひどい
Okay. Oh, is that fucking Elder Scrolls Online, bro? Is this literally Elder Scrolls Online? Or is it like is it coincidental? I think Elder Scrolls Online may have come out after this. It's full. Oh, Empire Sweeper Online. Yeah, I think it's not a reference. Full name was Empire Sweeper Online. I died with a base lord. That's all of it is. I'm pretty much already at this point. Sacrificing sleep the bosses, of course. I mean, he seems to be max level. Dean's Valley. Dennis Valley. Full of annoying mobs. They hit hard and they couldn't be bothered dropping decent loot. Dev got tired, just added like a filter zone. Only idiots went there to grind. Every vat worth this shit got the forest of Liade instead. Much better place to grind right nearby. Of course, that's where I went.
というわけでドキュンと恋愛資本主義者が集まるこんな街は即刻滅ぶべきだね。
That one I actually didn't check the tip for. Dokyun? I like the English manner. Diagnosis?
でもこの部屋の住み心地はまあまあ我慢できるレベル。
Looking easy egotistical douchebags looking for an easy lay.
PC とネット環境は最高水準クラスが揃ってるからね。
Oh, who bankrolled that for you? Also, what is that? That mouse is a little, you know, it's weird. Like it's weirdly flat, but it's not like I feel like if it was an older mouse, I feel like it would be bigger, but maybe not.
まあ学生にしては上等の基地じゃないかな。あ、だから僕はこの部屋のことをベースって呼んでる。
So true, based. As always, there wasn't a single living creature in here except me and the bugs. Realizing how ridiculous I sounded talking to myself, I stopped introducing myself to whoever was watching me. Well, dang it, I appreciate it. At least. Oh.
それにしても汚い部屋だな。
This is like a... It's so funny that this is the... Like, the messiest imagined room by Japanese story writers. This would literally take 10 minutes maximum to clean up. The whole room reeked of rats. We've got rats! I remember that. I could feel the stagnating air crawling on my skin. I mean, you have no aeration, bro. I mean, I think you may just have, like, carbon monoxide poisoning. But, yeah. Empty soda bottles, the box lunch from the convenience store was scattered all over the floor. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... It's not that many. 2 bottles, 2 cans, and like 8 stackable trays. Also, my bed was covered in piles and piles of eroge, which I don't need to translate for you. Thanks to that, I always slept on the couch instead. Unfortunately, this is not one. Fortunately for Twitch, I think, because they would ban me. The society we live in is truly cruel. Okay. The bed is the goon cave. The couch is not the goon cave.
片付けろよな。誰だよ散らかしっぱなしにしたのは。って僕か。
Hey, there's the fuhihi. It's more of a he than a he. But fed up with my own creepy laugh, I took out my frustration on a plastic bottle lying by my foot. It's fun to whack those when they're empty, bro. Yes, that noise. No! Don't do it. The bottle ricocheted off the wall and flew straight towards my shelf of perfectly organized figures. With a shriek, I leapt out of my chair to catch it. Let me grab a judgment of these figures. Can you do that? That's Rider, Fate Stay Night Rider. Is that allowed? Do they have the rights for that? Or is that just the patch like added it back or whatever? I don't know most of these. This is peak though. Great pose. Anything? Save is fucking right there. I didn't even notice. Hello. Fate Stay Night spoilers. I guess that's not spoilers. That's just Saber. Anyone else I recognize? Not particularly. There's a lot of this character in different poses, actually. Anything else? I think you might be from an earlier type moon, but I don't remember. Let's not pretend like I know anymore. Can I? There we go. You have to repress backspace. Anyway, I left that on my chair to catch it. I'd never let anyone lay a finger on any of my 100-ish waifus, daughters, and older sisters. These girls were my darlings. Just looking at them soothed my aching heart. Amen. I managed to tidy up their shelf once a week. It was the only place in the room I ever cleaned. Well, I mean, with the eroge on one side and these on the other, you gotta clean them unless you're doing a jar type thing. Which I don't think anyone, like, I don't know how many people actually do that, but there is a subreddit, like, I remember, like, a long time ago. Hearing about that subreddit that people, what is it? Commenting on figurines, that's the one. But these, unless they didn't want bother doing like a 3D modeling thing and just made like PNGs that rotate according to your camera angle, which I think would be the smarter way. I doubt you would like. You already have the 2D medium. You don't want to make a bad 3D version 2D, especially considering the polygon levels and this, nostalgic levels for sure. I was always looking for the best ways to display their cuteness. I would constantly rotate and reposition them, trying to create the ultimate layout. Naturally, if I let them get dusty, then the whole thing would be ruined, so I always make sure to clean them regularly. I don't have very many figurines or anything. Right now, my like pitiful shelf of quote-unquote merchandise. I literally have I have one little Gon figurine I got as a present, and then I have a Bulbasaur as well from Japan that I got a long time ago from someone who went there. And I have like a tiny little oraraka like acrylic like keychain type thing. That's all I have really. I do want to get a lot more, but it's one of those shared accommodation situations. I don't want to cause any trouble. But you bet your bottom dollar. I'm as soon as I have the power, I'm creating a room that I could not invite anybody into. it's built in. Suffice to say, I understand that though. Breathing a sigh of relief, I tossed the bottle and turned back on my PC. Are we gaming? I kept my beloved PC enshrined in the background of my room. Me too, bro. Dual monitor setup. Similar vibe. Your mousepad's very small though. I can tell you're not hopping on CS anytime soon, bro. Not with that mousepad. Next to my monitor was Seiratan. 20th scale, pre-awakening version. A figure from my current favorite anime, Bloodtoon the animation. I will read this tip. Yeah, I know about honorifics. Was that just what we Sarah, fictional. Okay, I'm glad they're telling me. I will be reading these if I don't know them, by the way. Although, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just read all of them. If there's anything funny in them, ones I know, I'll read them anyway. Signature catchphrase is "Ya big dum dum." Okinabaka, something? I don't know. A tsundere childhood friend type character. Her mysterious familiar called something. She beats her enemies to a bloody pulp with originally a manga. 26 episodes planned. Fair enough. 18 plus video games. Sexo. Yes, I'm familiar. Yeah. A surprising amount of hentai. I guess it's not surprising. I was discovering there's 2-3 episode runs of some hentai that just actually have long visual novels behind them that only little bits got adapted. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that kind of thing happens anymore. But it was an interesting realm of worlds to have make sense. Can I click this and then have it work? Not quite. Anyway, how do they define moe? That's one of those things that is difficult to describe, right? Striking a moe pose and smiling at me. Let's see. Pronounce moe. So true. In Otaka culture, it refers to feelings of affection, adoration, or excitement towards characters, typically female. Hey, men can be moe. Boys, particularly. In manga, anime, video games, and other media, used to describe particular character traits. So true. I moed over her for an hour. No one says that anymore, man. Where did we go wrong? It's gone across the world. So true.
Sarah, kawaii yo, Sarah.
Her name is literally Sailor. Staring longingly into Seiratan's eyes, I grabbed a nearby bottle of cola and took a sip. Capital C cola. No tooltip for cola. It was lukewarm, but I didn't care. Type shit. I mean, you gotta clean up those chips, bro. That's one thing. The open chips on the table, raw table, it's crazy. These open CDs as well, bro. Put them back.
さてと、円すらないと。
Did they make the game? They added an idle animation. I sat back and put my hands on my keyboard, just assuming their position made me feel relaxed. That's so fucking true. Whenever I'm not doing anything on my keyboard, my fingers are just on paused. To the point where my laptop keyboard, even though I really don't do that much gaming on it at all, but the W is worn down to like you can see through the damn key. But like most of the other keys are literally fine. The W, the space bar, the S. Paladin. I'm familiar. My character in ESO Neidhurdo was a paladin. He's already max level and resets twice. Right now he's back to the max level, highest level on official servers. Okay, he's a famous famous guy. They treated me like a god. Oh, I already had it. All the rare weapons armor. Magic, I still only had 95% of the total rare items. I mean, for a completionist, 95% is piss, bro. Work in progress. I like that they emphasize RMT, you know? RuneScape. Scamming people on RuneScape, I'm familiar with it. Not that that was not my scene, though. I'm not that old. My scene is like Minecraft, Hypixel type scams, which existed. Aside from Room and Trading, which I made a living off of. Even if I stopped grinding like now, I still have enough to keep living like this for half a year. Bro is a full-time MMORPG player, bro. Fair enough. Back in this, hey, before you could just pay other people, now you gotta pay the developer. They realize, hey, money to be made to skip the queue. Aside from just ESL stuff, I was particularly adept at chatting online. Interesting way to describe it, but hey, who's adept at chatting online these days? It was the only source of social interaction I ever got, after all. At channel mentioned, yeah, I thought so. I gave advice on the huge anonymous forum at channel. I posted in epic threads too, of course, my lay epic threads. Oh yeah, and I had over 100 friends on Furepara, a social network I use. The advent of social networks. This is post Facebook, right? So I guess that's respect, trust. I had it all right here. But then they cancelled me, which didn't exist back then, but kind of. I didn't go to school. I mean, it wasn't so much that I didn't want to, more than I had no reason to. If the intro is to be believed, you pass your exams if you show up, bro. I could study anything online. School's completely useless when you can get everything done from home. Kind of, depending on what you value. Well, I did need to attend every once in a while, so I wouldn't earn enough credits to graduate. That was why I went to school as little as I possibly could. That was the smartest way for a student to live. True, though. As long as you have fun, to be fair. My parents always nagged me about it, though. Oh shit, classic lit, math, advanced chemistry, history, advanced bio, advanced phys, PE. English, I forgot, Japanese is their English, so English is their Japanese. Something like this. To make things easier, I invented the minimum attendance chart. That's fair. I don't want to play, I don't play fast and loose or that kind of stuff. I'm one of those people who's like, I'm afraid that something might happen that means I can't attend at some point. So I want to attend pretty much at every avenue, even if I would rather not. For things that count for attendance. If you don't count for my attendance and I don't value your class, you will not catch my ass there. It's that simple. According to China, I only attend 2 or 3 times a week. I mean, that's pretty standard for non-high school, though. Otaku definition. The other shoes will always make fun of him being an otaku freak, but as far as I was concerned, they were the shoe boys for going to school every day. Maybe try thinking for yourself for once, dipshit. So true, though. Let's see. The Japanese word for fanatic, nerd enthusiast, or hobbyist. Yes, we are reclaiming the term as a badge of honor. I am engaging in the reclaiming. Yes, social network. A holy night, so true. You can get scammed. In fact, you can be the scammer. Although my life here isn't really all that bad. Really isn't. Hello. What the? Hopefully this is not defined enough to get me into trouble, bro. It's just a PNG. You okay? You're not replying. You ache or something? Away AFK but typoed? I've been so busy thinking about the gays, I forgot I was in the middle of chatting with Grim. My boy Grim. Grim was a handler of one of my ESL friends. I'm familiar with the term handle, bro. Although I don't know how many people know about handles these days. Usernames and all that. I don't remember the last time I called it a handle. I talk to him all the time online, though I'd never met him IRL. Is Grim is probably going to be one of the cute girl characters. Is going to be one of those situations, I have to imagine. He had a keen eye for useful information, so I could generally rely on him to keep me in the loop. Sat back down, decided to tap an auto response, tap in my shit. Low. Warasu, maybe? Might be. And nah, I didn't fall asleep. I just zoned out for a sec, lol. Okay, she must be really tired. Do you not get enough sleep? Or did you just stay up late doing the dirty with your girlfriend? Lol. Up all night, every night. Maybe it's Kusa. Come on, you know I'm not into 3D raffle. So true. And since it was anonymous, I was comfortable talking about pretty much anything. I'd never act like this IRL, obviously. Hey, people might want to learn that. Alright, you like 2D, and by 2D you mean hee eroge? Surely they talked about this before. What is up with you and lewd shit? Me, you're the guy that has poor delusions all the time. You literally were just going on and on about girls in school swimsuits, remember? That's a lot to go on and on about, to be fair. I was? Yeah, bro. I definitely don't remember that. He was gooned out. You forgot. Anyway, why is bro got the automatic capitalization on like he's on his phone in an era in which you would not be on your phone? Miku. Butterfly, Coco Chat, Epic Finds, Melee Epic Finds. I still have a folder on my desktop from when I watched Lucky Star and took screenshots of whenever Konata looked cute. If that's what we're talking about, then here's my take on it. School swimsuit plus glasses equals perfection. That's so true. That actually may be the truest thing you've ever said, bro. Yes. Yes or no? Let me save here. This is a choice of sorts. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I'm gonna... First time we play, we're gonna be true to ourselves. To me. To my actual me. Yes. I support the school swimsuit. Default. It's not a real school swimsuit unless there's a name tag on the chest. I'm partial to either one. I'm gonna keep the save there. I don't want to save every single instance. You know, you could, but that seems like laborious. No, I'm flexible on the existence of the name. In the end, what really matters is the camel. I mean, of course. Are we joking? Of course, bro. Slow down, man. You let girls with glasses? That's your type? I mean, if I have to choose. Because the glasses is just a free buff, free buff, bro. I mean, as a guy with glasses, you can put them on and take them off. It opts you into different views. If you actually do need the glasses as well, you can what do you call it? The mere existence of like the vision problems. You know, girl who can't see what's right in front of them when the glasses are off. You're talking about more, that's it though. No, they just pair well with swimsuits. Hey, chill on me, okay? I didn't say that. Usually you take your glasses off for swimming, right? True, but she doesn't, because she doesn't swim. She's just wearing it. And that leaves all sorts of room for my delusions to work. Well, your libido is deaf at full throttle, so that's what makes you Nightheart. Lol. That's why we love you, but we def don't admire you. What was the tip that you shut up? Libido. Ah, yeah, Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. Let's see. Type. Is this would be what? Economy? Care, depending on how you conjugate your shit. AAK. Oh, asleep at keyboard. It's a different thing from AFK. I was never... AFK was where I was at. I was never an AAK. This must be before me, if it was ever involved in the West. Handle, I'm familiar. Low mentioned. Yes. And they don't exist anymore anyway. Competition swimsuits should be considered school swimsuits. The true enthusiasts wonder. Default. Yeah, bro. I'm a software engineer. I'm familiar with the existence of default, bro. Anyway. Wait, go back. What do you mean that's what makes you? I mean, yeah, I guess I went a bit crazy there. But I'm still trying to maintain a cool image for myself. Yeah, you cool. Ahaha. What are you laughing at? Anyway, what were we talking about for on AFK? Oh, it was probably just something to do with the ESO. Did you seriously forget there was an incident IRL recently? I remember something like that, but what was it? Oh shit, Shogun. Greetings, Lord Shogun. See, I love this. Sup? Shogun? I introduced myself, but there was no reply from the username Shogun. What was up with that? Was he ignoring me? And I was being so friendly to him too. Did he know who he was talking to? I let him know I'm the lightning fast Nightheart. Lurking wasn't even allowed yet. You can't lurk, bro. This is put up or shut up type situation. People don't know about lurking anymore. Proper lurking. Forum etiquette. Well, whatever. Might as well just ignore him. I was lurker by default because I just like. I mean, I'm not that old, but I was old enough to see the death of the old internet. So like, I'm familiar. I guess that was another great thing about the internet. There was no need to worry about pointless etiquette. Well, that's actually technically that's not true. There's an etiquette. It's just a different one, right? Anyway, what were you saying? Replying to Grim, or like, you know what I mean. I was talking about all those cases that have been all over the news lately. Like I'd know what's happening on a road. I'm a gamer. Probably something stupid, right? Pretty much, yeah. It's real shocking, though. Shocking. Must have been some real grisly murder, then. There's been a few here and there recently. You're not gonna send me gore again, are you? What? Can't handle a little gore, Nightheart? Lol. I mean, there's nothing I can't handle. Still, I didn't really want to see it. Really didn't. Lately, though, it hadn't been easy to avoid that kind of stuff. People were always trying to trigger others to click on nasty stuff, like gore or something like creepy edit. And once you fell for it, you couldn't unsee it. I mean, that was. I feel like that's another thing. I didn't think about that until recently. That's kind of stopped nowadays, because like the default is just that it's there. Like it's actually like. It's so trivial to see it that it's the shock value of sending someone a link that misleads them is actually like long gone. You know what I mean? Like that's another thing that doesn't exist anymore.
まあ少しは目が慣れてきちゃってるのかも。
He says. And they call you the greatest paladin or the base lord lol. I don't PK though. Yeah, he's a pacifist. I haven't had a PK in a while. I don't play these games very much, but I know what a PK is. In other words, it's when you go around in MMOs killing randos and stealing their golden girls. Typical, what was it? Dokyun? I gotta... Dokyun. Yes. Trolling! Me when I'm trolling. I'm no troll. I don't stoop that level. Let me see what they define trolling as. This is fun. Ah, yes. False information for a reaction. Doesn't need to be false, to be fair. And just in general, try to avoid breaking ESO's rules. Damn. Rules so, huh? It goes against my policy. My policy. Well, except for the rules that prohibit RMT. I broke those all the time. Because I'm making money. Wow. Calm your tits there, almighty hero Lamau. So I'm sure you've heard of New Gen, right? New Gen? What was that? Had you ever mentioned it before? Grim was talking like I should have already known about it. Is he gonna allow? The hell is New Gen? Okay, the New Generation Madness. People call it New Gen Online. Is the name for the mysterious set of incidents happened in Shibuya. The Shibuya incidents. The originals. It's all up in your neighborhood, lol. But then they mentioned it, I did feel like I heard about it somewhere. All I knew was that they existed. I hadn't looked into them at all. Delugal? Delude. I tried googling New Gen. I instantly got a few results. I wonder, is this an option on, or was it nowadays? This, what do you call it? I wonder, does Google, I haven't been to google.com in a long time. Let me go. It still exists. It feels like it's an artifact of the past that google.com as a website still exists. Although I guess to embed it into most things, you probably still need the website. But, you know... I remember times when I was too lazy to change default search engines on browsers, so just went to Google directly, bro. Show it to me. Madness explodes in today's youth. So group suicide under the tower. Okay, it's like a cult thing.
この1ヶ月の間に渋谷で発生した2つの事件のことをニュージェネと呼ぶ。
Okay, it is literally new gen.
その犠牲者は胎児を含めて7人。
Including a fetus, huh? That's the stance we're taking here. On this visual novel.
1つ目の事件は友人同士5人による高層ビルからの集団ダイブ。
集団ダイブ。
2つ目の事件では男性の
Okay,
体内から
inside a
胎児が
man's
出てき
body,
た。
depending on how that like actually happened, that's crazy.
これマジかよ。
A chill ran down my spine. I want to see it. I want to see what they mean. Oh yeah, and I have played Sayano with that, but it's like people actually. It's like a decent visual novel, pretty short too. It's a one-nighter if you want to finish it. To be honest, I would recommending it maybe. Sai is cute, and I like the sort of creepiness of the aesthetic is pretty good as well. I feel like it doesn't really even go that far, all things considered. Before I even realized that, I turned around and was looking around my room again. 60 FPS turn. There were a bunch of results for news on Taboo News. Taboo? That's something. New generation madness. The incidents that had the entire internet in an uproar. 2 of them so far. One of them was so brutal, several TV channels didn't even just called crime out loud. Does that exist? Has that ever happened? The first incident, the group dive, had initially been thought to be a suicide, but rumors had since risen that it may not have been. What, a murder? Or are they saying, like... Okay. Parents and friends of the 5 victims all said the same thing. None of the victims had shown any signs of planning to commit suicide, and they hadn't had any reason to do so either. On top of that, some physical evidence had been found too. At the next choice, I'll Margaret. Well, like something out of a creepypasta, right? You shoot yourself yet? This ain't nothing but a peanut, buddy. Not really. IDCTBH. Oh shit, Guru Daisuke. Be careful on the link, buddy. That's a crazy URL. Oh shit. I wonder if anyone's... I'm tempted to go to it, but I do wonder. The type of person to grab the URL would not grab it and then not put the Guru Daisuke, bro. Take a look at this. Lol. What is it? A picture of one of the victims'
グリムの
corpses.
やつ、僕をバカにして楽しんでるな。
He did suffer this from time to time. He's having fun making a fool out of me. But if I wanted to keep up my reputation as the great and high-hearted base lord, I couldn't let it face me. Unlike in the real world, I was the god in the world of ESO. I was the strongest, wisest, and most noble knight in all of the land. Mocking me would be a fool's errand. So true. And so, gathering up whatever courage I had, I clicked the link. Oh, you trolled me. You got my ass. Oh, it was some shitty dude. Is it gonna be like you click on it and then it shows you the real one? Or is his delusions are like... Lamau, I got baited. Or is it a keylogger? Who did this? Me. I drew it in like 2 minutes. Do we need a do people need a definition for O/? People still O/, right? Typically pronounced as O. I mean, the slash is the important part, buddy. I'm slashing. Damn, the god of Art finally shows himself to us mortals. Anyway, not gonna lie, I'm dead tired. So I think I'm gonna go pass out. Fair. Good night. See you tomorrow on Base Lord. Okay, but Shogun? Come to think of that, Shogun guy had been in the whole time. I completely forgot about him. I don't care though. Well, I don't really feel like sleeping here, so I guess I'll farm yourself for a bit. Wait, no, the new episode of Blood Tune comes out today. I gotta VCR it. Is that thing in this timeline? I didn't have a TV in my room, so I just made do with my
あと
PC.
15分ぐらいか。その前にトイレでも行っておこうかな。
Oh shit, we're about to witness a third incident. And then I'll have to mark it at the end, because it's a pivotal time. I took a quick look at Sarah next to my monitor. Oh, we get to see Sarah today. I couldn't wait. With that in my mind, I made my way over to close the chat window. Oh
Are?
no. The real image. Gazo up. It's like Imgur type shit. Yeah. BBS. Shogun has sent a message.
なんだよこいつ急に。
So he wasn't just a lurker. Judging by the file extension, it looked like an image link. Genius at work. I found a link posted by a suspicious stranger that hadn't sent a single message until now. I gulped instinctively. But don't they tell you not to click links from strangers, bro? You should not do this. Couldn't explain why, but I had a bad feeling about it. A feeling unlike anything I had ever felt in all my time on the internet. I really didn't want to click it. No one's making you, bro. I clicked my tongue and glanced at the clock. My rendezvous with Seratan was in 12 minutes. I should probably get this conversation over with quickly. Seira. Not Sarah. Bait and switch mentioned? Lol? What kind of bait and switch is this, Lemau? Da wilt altijd zich when du darauf klickst. The something when you click. I don't know what darauf means. To be honest, I didn't really want to chat with a shady guy like this. I was so uncomfortable I could feel a cold sweat for me. Whoa, what's with the German? He was saying something like, the world changes if you click it. Welt is Walt. And if the guy only spoke German, I definitely wouldn't be able to deal with him. Sorry for startling you. We apologized. So you can actually speak normally. Relax a little bit. Well, tell me about the Fox link and what's your point here, bro? DW. Do? I don't know how you pronounce "don't worry" contraction in English in a convenient way. What is it? I know what it is. I like that they needed to put it. Not gonna lie. Bait and switch mentioned. Does Reddit 50/50 still exist? I feel like that's a relic of the past as well. Any reason for lurking? Did someone give you the you need to lurk for 6 months before posting spiel? I mean, 6 months is maybe a bit excessive, but you do need to lurk before posting. I was thinking. By the way, where are you chatting from? For some reason, there was a short pause. Shibuya. Sorry, I didn't mean to actually cough. I had to breathe in, but I lost air. All at once, images of those gruesome Nugent incidents flashed through my head. Even though I hadn't actually seen any posts, I could picture them so vividly that it was almost like I'd been there myself. The man's torn up stomach, the lifeless fetus shoved inside. Okay, that's what they were. It was like that kind of deal. The 5 people that dove off the building, instantly turning into a pulpy, inhuman puddle upon hitting the ground. Just thinking about it was almost enough to make me puke. I shook my head violently as if to shake the gruesome delusion, looks like camera, out of my head. The Shogun was so suspicious I couldn't stop the paranoid delusions from forming. What was he trying to drag me into? I'm a big fan of this aesthetic. The idea of like clicking to advance the text in the thing, the game log, as well as like the actual visual novel text. I'm a fan of it. The new lines show up here as well, which is good for posterity. Looks like a lot of weird incidents have been happening here lately. More are coming. Not ominous at all. Shibuya is so scary.
なんだこれ。
1 to the power of 10 times into to the power of 40 equals left, right, 2? The fuck? Dempa? Was the Shogun got some kind of Dempa nut job? I mean, speak for yourself, buddy. Yeah. I'd never seen that formula before in my life, and when you were as smart as me, that was saying something. So true? I tried looking it up. In this day and age, there was all sorts of information on the internet, so it'd be easy to find. Back in the day when Google worked. It still kind of works.
あれヒットしないな。
My own creation. It's my own invention, maybe? What were they trying to ask Mal about typing some nonsense formula? Fuck if I knew. That formula has killed this world's possibilities. Can we... It's only like 2, maybe 3, 4 variables. I'm sure we can figure it out. Well, R2... The 2 here makes no sense. It's not a to the power or anything. But you normally put the number at the front if it's a coefficient, right? What are you trying to say? What was that link from earlier? Should I just take the bait already low? I thought it might interest you. Reposts. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can we get like a file explorer for this? All of a sudden, the chat was flooded with links. Just who was this guy? Was he trying to scare me for skits? Scare me for shits and giggles? Maybe it was a friend of Grimm's and they teamed up to mess with me. Paranoia? Any weird noises? Feeling the gaze again, I took a look around the room, but surprise, surprise, all that was behind me was darkness and clutter, as per usual. I was hit with an unnatural sense of dread. The feeling of perpetually being watched left me feeling restless. What's that? I'm not looking at you. I'm kind of looking through you. So if that's any recompense, really. And I'm not saying that. I realized that my voice was trembling. I mean, this is a freaky like if you're alone in the dark in a little enclosed space. Honestly, I really want to try like living in an environment like this. I feel like it'd be cozy for me. I want to test my like mental image of what it would be like here. I'm saying it intentionally. I'm not saying like literally. Because not to flex or brag, but this is not a flex or a brag, to be honest. But I feel like there would be some sort of charm to being alone like this. I kind of like being alone as it is right now. Maybe only being alone would actually cause me more trouble because I don't have the choice. I don't know. Let's see. It was almost like the cluttered room I knew so well had transformed into someplace completely foreign. If you ever had to go to the bathroom at night after watching a horror movie like a ghost story or something, you may know the feeling of being unnerved or even terrified with the dark hallways of your own home. It's true, but it kind of adds to the enjoyment of the thing you had watched, you know. That was close to how I felt right now. Click the links, bro. No virus, I promise.
くそ、釣られたりするもんか。
釣られたりするもんか。In spite of my shuddering, I faced the monitor, leaned in, and before I knew it, with the slightest twitch of my index finger, I'd clicked one of the links. Which one, though? Oh, no. Chuma. I really had no clue how it had happened. It wasn't like my hand had been possessed by some unnatural force or something. I just sort of done it without thinking. But even though I knew full well that it'd be a mistake, I clicked it as if it were the most natural thing in the world. It's true. The reason why phishing and all sorts of scams are so, prevalent even now is that it's just so hard not to click a link in front of you.
なんだよこれ。
The image that filled my monitor looked like some kind of modern art piece. An arrangement of spikes, and the quills of a hedgehog or pinned at a pincushion protruded from the walls in the shape of a cross. Below it, a puddle of dark red. Crucifixion? And in front of it were small pieces of something, scattered around the ground like garbage. Seriously, what even was this? The work of some pretentious avant-garde artist? All sorts of videos were all over the place. They'd make gory stuff like this that spat some bullshit like depicts latent chaos, oft-laid bare in this cruel world. No way in hell I'd ever consider that shit art. Looks at the camera. Still, what a weird image. It hadn't explicitly been gore, but it was definitely borderline. It probably is gore. It's just so, beyond gore. It doesn't even seem like it anymore. So then why did it seem so graphic? Why had it seemed so realistic? Why was I imagining the stench of fresh lemons? The stench of blood. And why was that stench so strong that it nearly made me choke? It was all in my head. So why did I feel sick to my stomach? Because you're more sore, bro. Sore. Not sore. If I felt a sharp throbbing pain in my forehead, that nausea that wouldn't go away. I reeled it back up to the mousepad and then finally closed the image. My hand be trembling. Also. But just as I thought it was finally over, my eyes were struck by the other links. Oh, fuck. He is being watched. He is being watched. Sono me dare no me. Oh god. I glanced at the minimum attendance chart. Are we gonna address this? In the end, I hadn't managed to catch the new Bludgeon episode live. No big deal, though. Someone had upped it to YouTube after the fact, so I'd be able to just watch it there. You did used to get a lot more anime on YouTube in the early days of the copyright systems and all. Upped. Yes, I know, but I was just curious if there was something else going on there. I still didn't feel any better, though. Those last words Shogun had left behind. It was almost as if he knew about God's gaze and how much it terrified me. It was way too specific for it to just be a coincidence. Maybe someone had leaked some info about me online. Maybe it was in their ESO play with some grudge against Nightheart or something. Prodigies like me got a lot of love, so naturally they also got a lot of hate. Most controversial in that. Well, most haters out there were just jealous. You wouldn't see them around much, but every once in a while some child would try to start shit because he was jealous of Nightheart's strength and popularity. They weren't worth anyone's time. But we've gone off topic now. Anyway, yeah, that Shogun guy really got to me. Earlier I tried logging onto ESO to grind for a little while, but I just couldn't concentrate. And to make matters worse, of all days for this to happen.
最悪の日だ。
But why was it Sanyaku, bro? Okay, I think I'll mark it there. So, if you're on YouTube, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, I suppose. I mean, listen. There was no way I wasn't gonna at least like it on top of that. It's craziness, it's, you know, a little shocking and yet, you know, very... I mean, it's a visual novel about the kind of people who play visual novels, which is like self-assumed intellectual crazy people. Not to cast a wide net, of course. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, as I always forget to say and then pretend to forget to say.